another beautiful day, and I hope you are all doing good. Thank you so much for your support on this channel. Thank you for your like and your sharing on this channel. I appreciate you all. On today's tutorial, this is what we are going to be making. We are going to be making this beautiful style I'm wearing, bat wing or gown. So this is what we are going to be making today. So the back measurement I will be using is 28 inches. That shows I will be having 28 inches for the both front panel and the back panel. So the half length I'm working with is 16 inches. So I added 3 inches for my half length because I want this effect. I want the upper part of the gown to be falling on the lower part. And if you don't want this effect, you can use your normal measurement. So I want this one, that's why I used it. So the hip measurement you'll be working with is 44 inches. Actually, my hip is 44 inches, but I deducted 3 inches since we are sewing stretch materials. Let's hit our working table. Alright guys, I'm placing the back measurements. So I placed my back measurements and I'm chalking it here. So here I want to come down for my shoulder slope. So I have 16 inches for the waist measurement, but I'm marking on the point of 19 inches as I've said because of the style we are making. So I marked 19 inches. So this is 19 inches right here. And here I'm coming down for the shoulder slope. 1 inch. 1 inch is good for my shoulder slope. So for my sleeve opening, my arm opening, I used 9 inches, depending on how you want it. So this is what I want. 9 inches is fine. So for the wideness of my neck, I chose 3 inches. So this is 3 inches here. And for the depth of my neck for the front, I'm going to be using 4 inches for the front. Since I'm cutting both front and back panel, so I'm marking back depth and front depth together. So for the back depth, I'll be using 1.5. So this is what I'm marking here. So I'm connecting my shoulder slope to the wideness of my neck. Okay, so this is my waist area. I measure 19 inches from the shoulder slope. Actually, my half length is 16 inches plus 3 inches, so making 19 inches. So I'm marking my waist measurement and I'm connecting to the sleeve or my arm opening or my sleeve opening. So I'm connecting it this way. So I'm making a curve around that side. So this is what I'm doing. I'm making the curve. So if you don't want to use an elastic, because I'm using elastic to gather this waist area, that's why I'm cutting the same measurement for the waist area and the hip or area. So you can use your normal measurement and add or some inches. You're sewing your each allowance. If you want to add band or you want to add anything, don't want to use elastic like mine. So that's what you are going to do. Okay guys, I'm good to cut. So I want to cut the shoulder slope. So this is my shoulder slope I'm cutting to my arm opening and to my waist line. So I'm going to I'm cutting it the half length. I'm cutting my half length. So this is front panel and back panel. So I'm removing front panel here. So this is front panel and the other one is the back panel, as you can indicate it with neck, the neck depth. So I'm cutting the same measurement I cut for the waist line to the hip line, because I will use my elastic to gather it. Like I said, if you don't want to use elastic, you can use your normal measurement and add sewing allowance to it. That shows you are adding shape. And if you are adding elastic, you are going to do it the same way I'm doing my own. Alright guys, this is the down part of the gown we are making. I took 8 inches down for the hip measurement. So I'm placing the cutter of my hip measurement on the line I made. So I have 11 inches for the cutter of my hip measurement and I marked it. So I want to add 3 or 4 inches for sewing and ease allowance, which I will still cut off later. So this is the waist area on the skirt part. I measure the same measurement I measure for the upper waist here, because I will still use my elastic to gather it together so that it will be equal. Now I'm measuring the skirt length, which is 25 inches. Here there is no need of adding sewing allowance since we are sewing the stretch material. So that's why I did not add any allowance, because it will be too much for me. So I did not add any allowance. So here I'm placing the same 11 inches and I will just connect it like so. You know, I told you I'm still cutting the allowance I added to the hip area. So at the down part, I want fitted down parts. That's why I just measure 11 inches. With sewing allowance is 11 inches. So I'm cutting right here. Okay, this is joining part of the dress we are making. So I'm joining the shoulder, both front and back panel. So this is what I'm doing here. Alright guys, this is the arm opening. So I will start joining from that side. Alright guys, I'm joining the two sides together. So this is what I'm doing here. So I'm joining both sides together. And I'm going to add my elastic and show you the final look. Okay, this end of it all, I added my elastic at the waist area as I've said. So let me turn it for you to see the final look of the bathroom dress I made. Is this not beautiful? It's very, very easy to cut and sew. It's very, very lovely. So this is beautiful. Thank you for watching. Like this video, share and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell down there. I love you all, and I will see you on my next tutorial.